What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our market analysis for the Digimon TCG, like we try to do every Friday here. We're going to be talking about Digimon prices, different card, that are going up, different cards that are going down, what's happening with the market, what's happening with the meta, and where it's all pointing to, especially as we look towards another format with potentially EX8 mixing things up at the beginning of January before like a month and a bit before we get 2.5, which is the rest of BT19 and BT20. It's going to be crazy, a lot of stuff coming, and we have a lot of stuff on the way. We want to start off here with some event pack stuff, and hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. All right, without further ado, let's get into it. Event Pack 7, most of the cards have crashed. We've talked about this before, especially with the limited set release. This guy's in it. She's in it, so they've gotten really cheap compared to where they were. They were around $30, $40. This is still holding on. I want to see this at $15, honestly, because it's going to get hit like a truck once people start pulling these Death X-Mons. And same with that. That's going to probably be like $8 or less. You do got a few outliers here. These ones are really super cheap, but you got a couple Heaven's Judgment and Solugamon staying up there, so hopefully we pull some of these ones. Hopefully we pull some Protoforms, because Protoform's crazy, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon, unless the card gets hit. But yeah, $40, it's the most expensive, honestly the most expensive event pack one we've had in a while. The only card really worth pulling right now in the event packs. But going on from that, we have Mervamon here. Mervamon's doing great in Purple Hybrid. You can see right here you got a bunch of different prices. There's the new Premium Heroine set that is actually releasing today. You have the super rare, at $10. It's not bad for an older set, BT11. And then you got the alt art here, which we'll see like if it's been trending up or down here. It's been trending kind of even. You can see definitely there was a spike here probably when Purple Hybrid came out, and now that the Premium Heroines, so it's starting to trend down. So if you really do want these Ultimate Mervamons and you don't like the Premium Heroine set one, wait, I think it's going to come down, probably going to be under $20 again soon. Depending on, I think there's lots, it looks like there's lots of copies. So yeah, just give it a little bit. People will be selling as they pick up their Premium Heroines ones. We got Violet In Boots. Beelstar Purple Hybrid's doing really good. You can see here it was tanking down to $20, and now it's jumped back over the $30 mark. This is a card I'm glad I got while it was cheap. I pulled a lot from my boxes and got a couple for trade at a decent price, $20 to $25. But now, yeah, so, I mean, she's crazy. And I think, like, what do we got here? We got a lot of copies. But, I mean, honestly, you buy a handful of copies and you're up around $40 already, so. Dustmon, not looking at the alt just because we always do, but Dustmon's still trending upwards. It is coming down a little bit, but it's gone up because last time we checked it, it was I think around $8. So it's kind of peaked probably around like that $13 mark, and it's starting to come back down there. So this is still one of the best supers from 2.0, considering the amount of supers you can pull. Another card that's good for the deck, depending on what variant of Purple Hybrid you build, is Lugamon. Lugamon has come down considerably, but it's still a great card, and it's still doing good in, good in Purple Hybrid. It's good in Takemi-Kazuchi OTK, so it's still gonna be an expensive card, especially if you want that alt. But it definitely has come down from where it used to sit, so I wouldn't say it's not too bad of a price. You probably get one for $25 if you really looked around, so that's not too bad, honestly, for an alt, especially one that has so much value, honestly, in a lot of decks. There's Takemi-Kazuchi. We talked about him before. He's actually trending back down. Like it was nothing. It was nothing, and then it was worth nothing for the longest time. And then when it started doing well, it's kind of come down and kind of goes in waves here. You can see, but it's trending back down. I won't expect to see this back at $28 soon. So depending if you're looking to get rid of this deck, I'd sell now because it's going to go down. Queen Bee is one that's just kind of, it's just continued to climb. You look here, the deck hasn't really done much meta-wise, but it's just going to continue to slow climb, and it's going down again, but it might climb again depending on how things have been going. So Queen Bee is one that I definitely would sell right now. just because you got some copies there, but you got a couple copies and you're up at $40. It could see a buyout, and then I would definitely sell. I would definitely sell that. Because I think it's eventually going to go down, but for some reason it's just staying up. We haven't even had any confirmed support for EX8 or any other set so far that I've seen, so I mean, the deck's not going to really do anything until we get more, honestly, Royal-based support. Shao Sarafi has been coming down, but then he kind of swooped back up there. So he's an interesting card. This is kind of like your Valkyremon from BT16. You just got to watch it. It's going to be all over the place here. It's a good card, and if you really want it for your deck and you want the alt art, I would recommend buying it. You might be able to get it under $30, but I think it could go up a lot more. So there's that. So just be careful with that. Takuya and Koji, it's right now it's kind of up there around $7. It's the most expensive, I think, most expensive alternate art. Right now, that I can think of. Yeah, it's the most expensive alt art in the set. It's a good card. It's so good in multiple decks. It's good in Ancient Gray. It's Emperor even topped, so that's kind of interesting. So yeah, it's gonna continue probably to stay around this kind of $7 to $8 mark. Maybe might even get up to 10. So hopefully you got your copies when they were dirt cheap. I think there's probably there's tons of copies. So we'll have to wait and see. Ancient Gray, of course, we talked about Ancient Gray's been doing well. $20. It's not that bad. I would pick up Ancient Grays. I think it's gonna, like you can see here, it's selling for cheap, but you can see up here that it was selling for up there around 28. So depending on what, you got a couple copies here, and then it's jumped up to $40. So you gotta watch out for that. So definitely, deck wasn't doing much, and now it's actually doing really well just because of the new cards, the new Kuya, Gigas. They're all crazy cards that just help you OTK, super fast, super consistent. So yeah, and then of course the old Ancient Gray too. You look at him, $10 for the new Ancient Gray Super, which is pretty good for a BT17 card Super. And then you got $35 and $38. The non-alt is more expensive, which is hilarious. And that's a card you want to play in this deck as well. So really good. You have Emperor Greymon. He hasn't really been going up. Like, he did go up a little bit and then kind of crash back down after release. He's had a little bit of a bump because we did have a top 16 with this deck. So that's really cool. But I think he's going to come back down. He's probably going to be around $15 to $18. So I would definitely think about picking this up if you're interested in the Unity deck. Nene is another outlier. Nene's always been super high for me. Like, it was at $30, and then it kind of went back up to $24. Dark Nightmon, I really like Dark Nightmon, the Lord Nightmon variant of it, but it's just not as good as the purple. But this card still is taking its sweet time to come down. And Zed Millennium isn't really doing anything either with the composite stuff. I think maybe people are holding value on this card because they see its value in the future, and that could be why it's staying up there. I don't know, but there's not a lot of copies on the market. I think I still need a couple copies of this card actually, and it's actually trending up higher than I want to buy it for, honestly. So it's kind of, like I said, it's a bit of an outlier there. And then you have the Nene from the other set too getting reprinted. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this card. But if you got them, I might sell them right now. I don't think it's going to go up much higher than this, but I could be wrong. We got Leviamon, as always, the 7 Deadly Sins doggo. He's continuing to do good at, 26. Leviamon tops from time to time, so it always kind of stays. I don't think this card's going to change too much in value. So if you got them and you're thinking eventually this card's going to get outclassed, I would sell them now because I don't think it's going to go up higher than that. But if you want to buy them, I honestly wouldn't. So there's a lot of copies out there. I wouldn't say buying is a bad option too, because it potentially can be good in any seven Demon Lords deck, honestly. Anubis has been doing some things, of course, in Lord Nightmon. Still a really cheap alt. The other, I think it's like half the price for the regular alt. It's limited to 1. So, I mean, it's funny because it goes all over the place. It was up at 12. It's back down at 6. It was at $3. it's not a really an expensive card, so you don't really need to worry about buying it. But when it does get up there, to 8 or 10, I would definitely sell, make some money on it, because it'll come back down real quick. Lord, especially since you only have to sell one of them. Lord Nighmon's coming down. It's crashing. It's still doing really good in tournaments. Maybe not as many spots. Maybe people are learning how to play against it. And so we're seeing a price decrease. So if you're interested in those Lord Nightmons, I think it'll come down below 35. Might not come below that. So just keep your eyes out. So basically probably is now the time to sell if you want to make some money on this card. Proto Form is stupid. What can I say? $57, $40 for the event pack. I didn't even know what, like it's just, this card is getting played multiple copies in multiple decks. It's just so good, especially with the amount of X antibody stuff out there now. $40 for regulars, regardless of what you're getting, and almost $60. This is basically turned into a Ruin mode and a Death X. So sell them, guys. Sell them as soon as you get them, and then hope that it either gets hit or we get another reprint that's like easy to get, like a tournament pack reprint. Ruin mode has been coming down, and it is in the new limited set as another alt art. So we're seeing a drop here finally. There's a huge bump right there, probably when it started to see play because of things like Purple Hybrid and other things like that. And it's seen a crazy drop here. Still pretty expensive, $62, but it was up around 80. And if we go back here and we look at the other one's 47. This one was always kind of holding at 60, so it's seen a drop too. I think it's going to drop even more. I think we could see this at 50, potentially see this at 30, depending on what the other one prices out at. Same thing for Death X. Death X used to be like $80 to $100 card. Now it's under 50 for the alt, and that's the alt. And here you can see the crash there. Lots of copies there because people are getting the $21 regular secret or even the event pack for $9 more. So good stuff. A couple other cards I want to talk about quickly is Grand Kuwagamon Ace, the textured one. It's seen a bit of a drop. I think there was a sale here for like $120. Of course, they're limited, so I mean this is not going to change too much. But you are able to get these for cheaper, and we are getting another Grand Kuwagamon Ace alt, which is pretty nice. So I always like to see like what happens with the lottery cards when they get a reprint, especially since this guy didn't have another alt. This was the only way to get it as a cool foil card, was the lottery card, and it was pretty high, $200, $300 at some point. But yeah, just seeing it, drop, sales data here. 130, 125, so you got that. And the other one too here is Imperial Dramon here. We're looking at this here. Let's look at sales data. It was recent sales, 166, 100. This one's staying up, but it has been reprinted as a tournament pack, as a regionals participation card, finalist card, and champion. Do they do champion? I can't remember if they do champion. But and then the same reprint has happened in the limited pack, making it a lot cheaper and easier to get. So I expect to see this it was like $240 originally. It's come down quite a bit. I'm selling for around $200, but maybe $150 to $165. So I'm maybe expecting to see some lower sales, maybe like $120, like Grand Kuwagamon in the future. So if you really want those low pull rates, just keep your eye out, because they could be coming up and they could be worth, could be a really good deal. But that is all the stuff we have for the market analysis, guys. There's not much happening. Everything's kind of staying the same right now. We'll see how things progress as we get more information on, things like BT20, BT21. As soon as we get card reveals and stuff like that, from that stuff, we might start seeing, a lot of, hype for certain decks that are going to be coming back into circulation, or cards that are going to be coming back into circulation, and we might start seeing crazy prices go on with certain decks. But right now, it's the Christmas format. It is what it is. Get one of these decks and you try to do your best if you're doing Ultimate Cups like I am. And hey, looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.